Kia ora, my name is Therese. I'm the nutritionist for Active for Life Green Prescription at Harbour Sport. Welcome to this session on supporting our immune system with nutrition, or fighting fit with food. To support our immune system to work at its best means we cover a few bases, including staying physically active, getting enough sleep, looking after our mental health and stress, and also making sure that what we eat nourishes our body to do its work. The first point is to eat a rainbow. The more colours, the better. Brightly coloured vegetables and fruit have a lot of vitamin C, which is a key part to protecting our immune system. But rather than having vitamin C supplements, make sure you're getting plenty of different vegetables and fruit, as there are other important phytonutrients that work together to protect the immune system against bugs and viruses, but also low-grade chronic inflammation, which contributes to long-term conditions such as cardiovascular disease, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. So remember, eat a rainbow every day. The next point we need to think about is to keep hydrated. We often forget to drink enough during cooler months as we don't feel as thirsty, but it's super important for a few reasons. The first is that we tend to be dressed with more layers, and we may be inside either cars or buildings with heating on. This means we're actually getting warmer and sweating and losing water from our body, even if we don't realize it. The second reason, and one of the most important reasons, is that the first defense for our body against respiratory illnesses, such as cold and flu, is the mucous membranes in our nose and throat, which traps particles and germs to prevent them going further into the respiratory organs and the lungs. If we don't have enough water in our bodies, and if we're in warm, air-conditioned places a lot, these mucous membranes can dry out and be less effective. Water helps the blood to keep carrying plenty of oxygen around the body and remove toxins from it. In winter, it's not so appealing to have cold drinks, but hot drinks count too. Try herbal and fruit teas or warm water with some lemon or ginger or other fruit flavours. Caffeinated, sugary or alcohol-based drinks are not ideal for meeting your water needs because they can actually dehydrate you further. The next thing we need to be thinking about is fibre-rich foods. Fibre plays a crucial role in all over protecting our immune system by providing the material for the helpful or beneficial gut bacteria to use for food and fuel and to grow. And these helpful bacteria make substances which protect cells against damage, but they also help the immune system to stay fighting fit. As much as 70% of our immune system is based in our gut, so it's really important that we care for it by giving it all that it needs, including plenty of fibre every day. So some tips are to keep the skin on vegetables and fruit as much as possible. Just give them a wash rather than peeling them. And have plenty of vegetables and legumes and whole grains every day. Something else we need to be thinking about, especially for winter wellness, is vitamin D. It's crucial for supporting our immune system. We can get it from foods such as eggs, dairy product, seafood, meat, and fortified cereals and plant-based milks. But the best source is exposure to sun, which causes our body to make vitamin D in the skin. And the UV light converted in our skin makes far greater amounts of vitamin D than what we can get from food. Of course, and it's also in a more usable form. Of course, we need to be sun smart, but there are safe ways to get enough through the cooler months when our vitamin D levels tend to drop. 45 minutes outside with bare arms and face between the hours of 12 to 2 p.m. 3 times a week is enough for most people to keep up the adequate levels of vitamin D. People who live where there are few hours of sunlight or they have darker skin may need more. It's important to know it's only effective if the UV light is not blocked by clothing, sunscreen, or window glass. For more information about being sun smart and vitamin D, please go to the Ministry of Health website or the Cancer Society website. There are a few important minerals to support immunity. The first is selenium. Many of us would know that we find it in high amounts in Brazil nuts, but it's also found in whole grains, dairy products, meat, shellfish, poultry, and eggs. And it does its work by helping with white blood cell production. So the white blood cells are the ones that protect our body against germs and fight against them. And it can also protect against free radical damage. Another important mineral is zinc. We find it in legumes, so our dried beans and peas, nuts, whole grains, oysters, milk, and their other dairy products. It helps to support the growth, the development, and the repair of different cells in our body. So it helps with wound healing, and it also helps to make enzymes and overall support immunity. And finally, iron. The richest sources are red and organ meats, dark leafy greens, and we can boost our intake by having high vitamin C alongside it. If you're having calcium, caffeine, and tannins, which are found in tea, and phytates from unsoaked legumes at the same time that you have iron-rich food, that can impair the body absorbing that. And iron's really important to help immune cells multiply, grow, and mature so that they can do their work defending the body. It's important that we have a wide variety of food and that we don't rely on things like supplements to get us through our winter wellness. But there are some foods that do boost immunity, and these include citrus fruit like oranges, mandarins, lemons, limes, and grapefruit, and this is due to their high vitamin C content, which is protective of the immune system, but also helps to fight back against damage to our cells that happens every day. Kiwi fruit is also included here because of the high vitamin C, but it's also rich in fibre, which we've already talked about is helpful for our gut bacteria. Whole grains like oats and whole nuts and seeds help because of the fibre. They have healthy fats and also some vitamins like B and E vitamins, which are protective of the immune system and the whole body. Seafood and eggs contain things like selenium and zinc, which we saw in a previous slide, are really crucial minerals to help our body to support the immune system and all the immune cells to work at their best. Foods that are high in sugar, added saturated fats, and trans fats, and low in fibre are associated with impairing and disrupting immunity. Foods like these are closely linked with low-grade inflammation in the body. This means that damage to cells lingers longer and may not be repaired quickly. Over time, this can lead to longer-term problems such as cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and other conditions. So we need to be focusing on a wide range of foods which have plenty of fibre, lots of colour, and are as close as natural as possible. So foods that carry a lot of nutrients that all work together to support our body to repair itself and keep well. So, fighting fit with food in summary. Eat a rainbow of colourful vegetables and fruit every day. Stay hydrated, and water-based drinks are our best option. Include plenty of fibre, lots of leafy greens, whole grains, legumes, and other foods. Get some sunshine in a sun-smart way to keep your vitamin D levels at their optimum. Have a wide variety of food, including some of the immunity boosters that we've talked about. And finally, limit or avoid the foods which impair the immune system and cause damage. So the ones that have high added sugar, fat, and salt, and low amounts of nutrients. Healthy Food Guide is a resource we use extensively at Harbour Sport. It's written by nutritionists, dietitians, and other health experts following the most up-to-date research and guidelines. Some of the benefits include full access to all articles and recipes, great search features to build a shopping list or search for meal ideas, based on what you have available or special diet requirements, and advice about every age and stage of life. If you're interested in a full 12-month subscription at our discounted price, visit our online shop at the Harbour Sport website. Thanks for watching this presentation. If you have any questions, please get in touch with us at Harbour Sport.